Hi, how are you? Okay, 你好吗? Okay, it actually has been about since I last shared about something new. Okay, I'm Albert. Okay, I'm a guy who likes audio-visual stuff. I like cameras. I like gadgets. Listen to music, and I like headphones. I like speaker, this and that, and of course, like every man out there, I like toys, particularly big boy toys. If you like to explore about new gadgets here and there, what you can do with photography, videography, and occasionally I also do a little bit of gaming here and there. So this is the place where I will share my experience, things that I bought, and things that I tried and I like, whether I like it or not. I will actually share it here. So today, okay, I actually bought something very interesting. It's not something new in the market. It has been there for some time, but it's the first time that I tried this particular model. Okay, as you, some of you may know that I do a lot of videos commercially, personal project, this and that, and for leisure, of course. And definitely when you shoot video, besides you need a good camera, the audio part is also very important as well. So naturally the microphone is one of the most important gears that you would need to get a good video itself. So as you know, I has been using the new cameras from Nikon recently. This is a Z6 that is with the 50mm 1.8s lens currently. So this is actually one of the best cameras out there with from Nikon that allows you to do video. Definitely it's a very up to date with the modern technology, this and that, and especially when you do the video like this. And by the way, currently this video was shot on the another unit as a Z7 itself. So the Z7 was mounted with the 2470 lens. I'm on the 24mm now. That's basically what I do here is I recorded everything in 4K. So as you see, you notice that there is a microphone here. This is a lavalier mic from Audio-Technica. So with a custom deck cat style, what I call it, a windscreen. So I hope the audio quality is okay, because this is the first time I try this kind of setup as well. So just like this camera Z6 here, the Z7 was set to autofocus. Particularly, I set it to the center point focus because I wanted the cameras to always catch my face, or when I have something in front of me, that subject is actually in focus, like what you see now. So this is slightly different from my usual shooting ground. Normally, if you notice, if you've been watching my previous video, my video was always done in my study room. Today, I am actually wanted to try something new. So this is my living room in my small little home in Singapore. So you have my you have a look on my behind me is actually my TV, mainly from LG. This is actually my main entertainment centers that I have my leisure time here, watch movie, this and that, and occasionally PS4 gaming. So today, like what I shared with you earlier, what I want to share with you is basically a small microphone that I bought to go with me with a small camera, especially when I go travel, when I need to do a little bit of small short clip here and there. So my criteria for the microphone definitely is it has to be affordable, first thing. Second thing is it has to be as portable as possible, so that it's easier to carry around, especially with all the weight limitation on the airline nowadays. So after some consideration here and there, checking out some of the other reviews online here and there, I finally decided that I actually gotten myself this Rode, particularly the video microphone. This is actually one of the very interesting microphone introduced a few years back in the markets. I think a lot of bloggers are using this microphone as well. So it's actually one of the smallest in the market that at the same time still produce reasonably good result as a small, some call it boom mic, and I will call it a directional mic as well. So today, it's not going to, I'm not going to use it to record this particular video yet, but what I'm going to show you is this is a brand new box that I just got it a few days back. So this microphone is sold depending on where you're coming from. If it's in Singapore, definitely you can get it below $100 Sing dollar. So I got it for quite a good deal thanks to Cathay Photo. That's the after some discussion with them, that they managed to have stocks for me, that I actually got it with a pretty good deal as well. So you can actually check it out from Cathay Photo or some of the others retailers that may have this carrier as well. So without further ado, this box itself is very solid, and on the box itself, that besides you will see that the microphone itself, and at the back is basically everything about the spec. So if you look at it, it says that this is a compact on-camera microphone, and it carries 2 years warranty. If I'm not mistaken, the warranty is basically 1 year from the local store. Additional year, you will have to register it online in the website itself, so to extend it to 12 more months. So this microphone, one of the very interesting stuff is this microphone itself actually, it will be powered on based on the, it's actually called a plug-in powered on. It doesn't need any external battery. It will just draw the power from the camera itself. So it's compact size, and it has this Ricot Lias suspension mount, where you see the red colors portion. That is actually a special mounting that to further enhance the mounting itself, so to reduce all the vibration, shock, this and that. In other words, reduce all the unwanted sound and give you a much better vocal. So there's also some of the icons based features here. So I'll just open it up with yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Inside the box itself, basically there is a plastic container. Okay, I'll just put it on the floor. So the plastic container itself, that you will see that there's basically a few components. Okay. First thing is the mounting system that I mentioned to you earlier. This is how it looks like. So it's actually allowing you to actually put, there's a shoe connection where you can actually straight away mount it on top of the cameras, something like this. So you can use the microphone on cameras and tighten it up, something like this. So this is how it looks like after you mount it up. Okay, if you notice that this is actually the, it's sort of like a suspension system for the microphone itself. It actually helps a lot to reduce the vibrations caused by unwanted bump, shock when you operate the camera, this and that. So this is a microphone itself. This is a microphone itself. If you notice that it has this very, very interesting hairy stuff. It's actually the windscreen. It's actually the dead cat style, similar to the one that I have here. This actually works very nice compared to the spongy version. Of course, you can actually remove it from the microphone itself. It's a bit tight. Okay, you can remove the whole thing, and I believe if you happens to break this or something, you should be able to buy a replacement. So this is how the microphone looks like. It's actually very small. It's about the same size as my finger. So if you notice that this is how it looks like, the lights is here, so I will have to show you here. So the microphone itself is roughly about 1.5 inch cardioid mic. Okay, this is the frontal, what I call it, the end. This is the behind the microphone. So there's only one jack here. Since this is a plug-in and plug-and-play style microphone, there's no button, there's no setting, no nothing for you to adjust. So what you need to do is basically use the cable, the included cable. Which is a nice springy cable. There's both sides is the same TRS plug. This included cable will only works for your cameras. If you want to use it on a mobile phone, you will need to buy a separate cables, a different type. So basically, it's the the TRS to TRRS type cable. If I remember correctly, the model name for that should be the SC7. So this is the one that included for camera only. You can use it on most of the modern cameras that allow you to shoot video, including the Nikon Z as well. So what you need to do is basically you need to plug this in. Okay, if you look at the microphone itself, there's some groove here. So of course the frontal end is actually a smaller size for you to hook on the windscreen. At the back, it starts from a thicker side, then there's one area which is slightly smaller for you to plug into the the mounting system itself. So I'm going to slot it in. Oops, I think I'd better go coming from the back. Okay, just rotate it nicely so that the microphone itself is aligned with the wording on top of it. Okay, so the cable itself, one end of it go into the back of the microphone. The other end itself, from Nikon, basically Z6 and Z7 is the same. You open up the flap, the small flap here, you see two 3.5 millimeters socket. So here, the other end, you need to plug into the socket labeled with MIC, which is the bottom one. So of course, after you mount the microphone itself, this cable is actually tangling around. One very nice feature is that if you look at the hot shoe tightener itself, there's some groove allow you to actually put in the cable. So you can lock it there. You can lock it there so that the cable does not go around and actually causing distraction. You just need to adjust it to the right, the position itself. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Then further tighten it up. Okay, you are basically, the setup itself is basically done. In the box itself, you also get absorbent. This back absorbent, you can actually keep it for maintenance purposes. It will just clip everything dry and nice and functional. So there's also a quick start guide, a small booklets where it will teach you on how to use. But I believe the microphone is straightforward, simple enough without the needs to actually read it here. And if you need, you can actually refer to the steps that I showed it to you earlier to quickly set up. So I'll just put aside the plastic container. So now once that we set up everything, we have to put, it's actually advisable to put back the the windscreen into the microphone. It just gently push it in, adjust it to the suitable location. That's it. Quick and easy. Okay, so if you notice that the windscreen itself does make the overall microphone a lot bigger. So if I remove the windscreen, this is how it looks like. Bare microphone, very small. This thing actually is actually very light. It's very light. It's just that it's bulky in size. So you just need to put it nicely. And also when you put this the windscreen on, it also makes it's actually, because it's heavy, it's heavier, it's slightly introduced a little bit of weight. It makes the whole microphone actually pointing to the front a little bit downward, tilt downward a little bit. So currently this setup is the G6 with the 50mm 1.8 S lens itself. So you have the microphone with you. You can actually lock the cable nicely. I did not lock it nicely, just let me lock it nicely. Okay, so once you power it up, there's a few recommendations that I can share with you. On my normal preference, when I shoot video, even though the cameras has the the auto volume adjustments here, where it will actually react to the sounds that you are recording. I normally don't do that, and I always like to prefix to a certain level. So how do you know whether the record volume is too loud or too soft or something like that? You can actually refer to, if you look at the screen itself, there's a small audio level at the bottom. So basically it's a two-bar thing. Okay, you have the horizontal bar, you have a white color portion, followed with a yellow, a few bar of it. Then after that, to the end is the red, which is telling you that if you're hitting the red, is actually too loud. It is not advisable to reach the rate, but rather that I would suggest that you adjust the volume to hit the yellow somewhere in the middle. So typically it's 2 bar in the yellow and 2 bar before the red. So how do you do that in a quick manner? You can press the I button if you're using the default what kind of the icon setting for video. Of course, to shoot video, you need to be in the video mode. So once you're in the I menu, there's something on the lower left, second row, second from the left, there's a microphone logo. You just touch on it. Okay, by default your cameras is actually set at auto volume, which is what I mentioned to you. If you notice that it's actually the volume is adjusting and the volume bar is actually hitting some in the white and the yellow, which is good, but I don't like to have that kind of adjustment. I usually like to do it myself. So you can actually adjust by pressing the arrow, the plus and minus in the left and right arrow on the screen itself to the right. I would suggest somewhere at a 10 or 12, somewhere there. So you will notice when I try to, when I'm actually speaking to the microphone itself currently, if you can see the screen, you actually see the the audio bar is actually moving around. So this is how it looks like for microphone recording. So I'll be doing a lot more recordings whenever I got the time with the new microphone itself. So as I haven't tried it, so I can't give you any example yet, but based on review, this is one of the very nice entry-level budget affordable microphone that you can get nowadays in the market itself. So and of course, a lot of users out there or videographers out there will tell you that you might as well spend a lot more and get the much better model, such as the the VideoMic Pro, for example, one of the most recommended version. And definitely if you have the budget and you do not mind the size, and if you can, that is a better option anytime. It's just that this is small, easy to get, and actually it's plug and play, easy to use for most people as well. I believe it's more than enough for the casual usage, travel usage, or vlogging and this and that. I will start to use the camera a lot more, explore into live broadcasting using this as well in the futures. Currently, I have not plugged it into my Facebook Live because my laptop is having some issue. I couldn't get the my laptop is actually is old. It's 3 years old, even though it's i7. It's a bit slow to handle all this massive data from the new camera itself. So wait until I get my new laptop. So I will be pre-recording video and release as a video as much as possible. So this is how it looks like on the the microphone itself. So let me know in the comment field, and if you need to ask something, that I will try to help you as much as possible. And last but not least, this is how it looks like on the camera. Okay, I'm Albert. I'm a guy who likes audio and visual. I do a lot of videography, I do a lot of photography, and I travel around sharing my passion. So sometimes I will do a little bit of sharing online as well. I like to do a lot more on tutorial in the future as well. For example, how to do certain things. So if you have any idea or you have any requests, please let me know in the comment. And until then, so stay tuned. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. If you like it, please share it with your friend, and probably follow me on the social network. I can be found in Facebook page, which is where you are looking at this video now. You can also reach me in YouTube, but my YouTube is not as active as my Facebook. And of course, you can also reach me in my Instagram, which I will put it, my IG handle will be on the screen, or at the bottom of the description bar later on. So this is how it looks like. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.